HybridFoxKid and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. We are once again in Honeycomb Ridge because today, who would have guessed it, we're working on Honeycomb Ridge. So we've got a lot of things to do in this episode, but the first thing I want to point out is I think I have finally found the end of where Honeycomb Ridge is going to lie. So I was doing a little bit of mapping of the area and I continued to fly this direction, seeing how far this island would go. And the island pretty much ends here. There was a little bit of extra bit of land that I decided to excavate out. And yeah, it pretty much just goes onto the ocean beyond there and beyond this little part. So this is where I've cut off Honeycomb Ridge, and with this, I've calculated that we are about halfway done with this area. We have all of this part left to go, and then Honeycomb Ridge is complete. Well, for the top layer at least. We are planning to go underground, but that's for a couple episodes in time. So yes, we actually have an end goal for Honeycomb Ridge, which is actually kind of exciting. I'm very excited to have this place fully fleshed out and looking really nice from the top perspective, so that is something I'm extremely hyped for. But enough of the babbling, because if I babble on too long, we're not going to be getting anything done at all. So it's time to actually get started on the build so this place can expand even further. So today we're going to be working on the snake yet again. I think this guy doesn't like being cut in half, so let's get another part of his body done. And yes, so with that first, we actually have to build whereabouts we want his body to come out of the mountain and then go back into the mountain. So let's do a little bit of looking and see whereabouts we want to put it. So let's stand up here and have a little bit of a gauge. And yeah, have a look from here. I say the first one looks good here. And we have the second one up and running. And all we got to do now is actually pop the snake between this one here and this one here. But probably the best way to do that is a time lapse. First time lapse of the day. Let's go. And there we go. With that, we have another part of the snake done, and he is getting even more longer and even more intimidating. It's the same old pattern as the usual one. I don't know if I want to add anything extra to him other than like just normal scales and stuff like that. I was messing around with like wings and stuff like that when I first designed him, and I don't know if it's gonna kind of suit him, so I think I'm just gonna stick with the normal snake texture. And yeah, go from there, but I kind of like him so far. He's looking really cool from this angle. It's gonna look so cool once he's completely finished. I am so excited. But that is enough of the snake for today. We're going to be moving on to yet another thing in Honeycomb Ridge. We need to build more houses. And the next house I am planning to build is going to house a very special friend. It is going to be Kai's stable. This poor horse over here has been stationed at this post for the entire season so far, so I think it's about time she finally gets a house. So like always, we have this area stationed over here, and this is where I'm going to build the horse stable. I don't know if I'm going to go grab other horses, but I'll probably go do that off camera because we've caught plenty of horses in the previous season, so we're just going to worry about actually getting the housing done. So this house is going to be a little bit different from all the other houses, so I think I'm just going to put up a very rough sketch of like your basic shape. And then we're going to edit it bit by bit and see how this design goes, because it's something a little bit different from everything else in here. So let's get the sketch started and then we'll work on actually detailing it a little bit after. So I have the little template set up. Now it's just time to get down and start working out what I want to do with this build. I'm not too sure. I've had one single idea going around in my head for a very long time. So we're going to see how that one looks and probably, hopefully roll with it. And if not, we're going to have to work it out as we go. So my one plan for this area, because it's like a horse stable and all that, what I was aiming for was to make it as outside as possible. And yes, I do know it's an interior area, but if I just destroy these walls here, all the way across, it's gonna really open up the area. So I planned for 2 stories, so obviously this layer and this layer, and all the center of all the way around is going to be all open. So that's what I was planning, but if it's gonna look good, I have no idea. That's for me to find out a little bit later, but hopefully it's gonna look good. I've had this idea in my mind for a little while, so I just want to test it out and see if it looks good. And if it doesn't, we can go back to the drawing board and see what actually does work. Maybe even if we do it something a little bit like this with 3 blocks wide. That might work as well. Because what I want to do is kind of make the entire thing like skirting, but the only problem is mobs can get in this way. I'll work it out a little bit later. Let's just test for now. There we go, something a little bit like that. I kind of like it. It looks rather nice. Let's see what it looks like from the outside. And yes, I want it to look very, very open. Ooh, I do like that. I actually really, really like this. It's strange to a point where it kind of looks interesting, so I think I'm going to try and run with this and see if I can make it look good. Yeah, I really like this. Okay, so we've got the basic premise of what we want this place to semi-look like, but we do want to add a couple things to this area. So this is actually going to lead to like an outside paddock. So what I got to do is I got to chuck a door somewhere around here. And then I also want to add a little outcrop of the building, like over in my storage room, how I have my bedroom there. I want to chuck another bedroom-like area that I can fly in, go to sleep, and then go do other things in the base, because flying all the way to the storage room nowadays is kind of a pain, and it takes a while. So yeah, the closer I can have a bedroom to like my current workstation, the better. So no better place than to sleep in a barn. So I'm going to do a little bit of messing around with this build and let's see what I can get. I might fix a couple of the brick textures because I'm not a fan of this big intersection here. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of messing around with it and yeah, see what I get. So the very strange horse stable is slowly making shape, and I gotta say, this is the weirdest building I've ever done, but I kinda like it. It's strange but cool in a weird way. I have no idea. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I've gone far enough now that I can't turn back. So let's just decorate the interior and see how it turns out at the end. We'll have to wait and see. So what I want to do on the inside, I've just plotted out a couple areas where I want certain things to be. But right now, we gotta get barricades up, so it's time to use the good old jungle trapdoor and just surround this entire area. There we go, so I did a little bit of messing around and I finally found a design for the stalls I actually liked. And yes, I know, I gotta move the staircase now because I was originally gonna have a stall over there, then I realized it wouldn't actually fit with this big hole in the middle, so yeah, it just wouldn't work. So I decided to redesign it a little bit and it turned out like this, which I actually really, really like. The only problem is, I gotta move the stairs. I'll find a way. I'll find a way to make it work. There we go. I think we may have done it. I really like the layout of the staircase now. Everything's somewhat like cluttered, but also semi-laid out nicely. And so now pretty much all I gotta do is add in decorations, add in lighting, and then finally move Kai in. So this area is actually not looking half bad. I kinda like it. It is finally done. The horse stable is all set up and ready, and it's fully decorated with just a lot of hay. There is a lot of hay absolutely everywhere. I've destroyed like 3 villages to get this amount of hay, but what can I say? It looks rather nice. I really, really like it. So now we just gotta go and grab Kai and a couple other horses to kind of fill out this area. So let's quickly go grab Kai, and then we can worry about the problem of actually gathering other horses. Hello Kai, how you doing? You've been sitting here for long enough. It's time to say hi to your new home. Wait, I can actually ride it, can't I? Well, I don't know why I thought to lead a horse. I've been catching too many normal mobs. Okay, I actually forgot how good Kai is. She's actually a pretty fast horse, not half bad. Okay, so she's gonna be happily in her new area. And I gotta say, like, while I'm riding over, I just really, really like this build. It looks so cool when it's rendering in. It just looks so strange with, like, most of the walls taken out. I kind of like it. It's cool in like a weird kind of way. Yeah, I really do like it. Okay, let's actually get Kai in her area now. And I don't exactly know where I want to put her. I don't know if I want to put her out in like the paddock that I still need to build, or if I just want to chuck her in one of the stables. We'll wait and see. Come on Kai, get in here. Oh god, she still can't get over here. Oh, we got it, perfect. Okay, she's definitely getting the bigger stall because it's Kai, she's my personal horse. There we go. You are all in your area, and the only problem is I hope they're not smart enough to get up on the wall and jump over the fence. But that's going to be a problem when we get to it. Right now, we're not getting to that problem. And I don't know if I want to take off her bridle. Yeah, I probably will. There we go. She's fine like that, and yeah, I gotta say, I really like these stalls. They're kind of cute. But we can't have one horse in a horse stable. We need to go get a couple more. But I did actually plan ahead and actually got a couple of horses before finishing off the stable. So, around here, oh god, one of our horses got loosed. Around here, we have a whole bunch of horses that I went out and found and semi-bred. And yeah, they look really cool. That one's running away. I'll get her in a second. Okay, let's quickly unhook all of these horses. If I can find the thingy. There we go. Let's unhook all the horses, pick them up, and then take them over to the stable. And, as you just saw, I do also have a skeleton horse now. Totally not salty from my previous season that I was never able to find a skeleton horse throughout my 600 hours of playtime. And this skeleton horse spawned, I think, day 2 of this server's life, so I'm totally not salty. But it doesn't matter. They're gonna have a permanent home in my stable now. Oh, you can come with me as well. Okay, we have a whole group of horses now. This is just like Glaciers all over again. Is there ever gonna be a season where I don't collect horses? I have no idea. And so we have all the horses in their stables, and they're looking all cozy and happy, a little bit dumb while hanging on the edge of the block, but it doesn't matter, it's Minecraft. The horses are a little bit stupid sometimes. But I think I'm going to leave one of the stalls empty, purely so I can have more horses roaming around in the paddock, because we have these 3 here. Oh god, there's a skeleton. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so now it's just a matter of making that paddock that we need to get done. So let's quickly go and do that, and it shouldn't take too much longer. I think the only real big problem is trying to work out what kind of material to use. I'm tossing up between regular stone or maybe deep slate. We'll wait and see. With the paddock installed, I can confidently say that the horse stable is now officially complete. Isn't that right, Kai? Kai seems to agree. So yes, that is the horse stable completely finished, and I gotta say, I kind of like it. It's really cool. I do like the addition of the paddock, and I do like the fact that I can just walk by and I can see all the horses without having to put a fence around it, because fences are pretty, yes, but you can't have them in circular shapes, and a lot of honeycomb ridges, like barricades and stuff like that, are all circular, so it would have felt weird adding a square in. So yeah, that was just essentially me trying to figure out a solution for the pickle I was in, but I kind of like it. I like how it turned out. But yes, that is one more building finished to Honeycomb Ridge, and you know what? I'm gonna go straight to another building over in this direction over here. But the middle is looking a little bit dreary and kind of like desolate, because there is no road. So let's quickly fix that before we move on to the next house. There we go. With that eyesore done, I can now turn my full attention over to this section over here and get another house built. So I kind of want to stick with the farming aesthetics at the moment, and I kind of want to do like a carrot farm. My entire supply of golden carrots have been produced by the villagers, but there's only so much that they can trade with me throughout the day, and it's getting pretty boring kind of repeating the trade over and over again. So if I actually build up an automatic carrot farm, we have an automatic gold farm on the server as well, and we can get golden carrots really, really fast and actually supply the entire server with them, so everyone's going to be getting good food. So yeah, I think that's the plan for this house here. I'm kind of going to do like a little pasture and then a building, but just flip it. So the pasture's going here and the building's going here. So I think I want to start with the outside first this time. And I'm thinking like a tier system, so like a little garden bed here that's like 1 block high, then 3 block high back here, then like a 2 block high. Let's quickly lay out how I want the circles to look, and then we can worry about the height. There we go. I think I have a little bit of the shape worked out. Now I just gotta add the tiers and then add in the crops, and hopefully it'll look better once all of that's done, because right now it just looks like an absolute bunch of mess. So let's get down to that. And there we go, we have the carrot patch all done and all the tiers set up, and I gotta say, I kinda like it. It looks rather nice. So now with the aesthetical part of the farm done, I gotta actually add in the proper farm that's actually gonna get us some results. None of this is gonna get touched, this is all for aesthetics. The actual farm is on the inside. So what I'm planning to do is a villager powered carrot farm. You've seen hundreds of these over and over again, but this one's going to be very, very small. So the plan I have for this farm is it's supposed to be 3 wide at the front, but the problem is all my doors in my location are 2 wide, and it's going to annoy me for probably the rest of the season if I have it like slightly off center. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to base the farm to face this way and not this way. So as you walk through the door, you're going to be looking at the side of the farm. And I think I'm only really going to do half a farm as well. So we've got the outside layer, which is the bricks, and then we've got the inside layer, which is grey concrete, and then we're going to start the farm here. Let's actually use our glass block so we can see what we're doing. So the farm essentially starts here because these two are filler walls, and we're going to bring the farm out this way, then go across to hold the villager, and then go all the way in, whoops, to here. So essentially the entire farm is just this small patch around here. So all this other stuff is going to be covered by walls and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's going to be a rather small farm, but since I'm in my base a lot, very, very often, this farm's going to be running 24/7. So we're never going to have a shortage of carrots, and we're really only using carrots for our golden carrot supply. So we don't really need them for villager trading. So yeah, we're going to be overflowing soon enough. So this farm doesn't need to be massive. So I think it's about time I get knuckled down and get this farm all up and running. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna hopefully look nice and also hopefully be functional. Even though I say I know how this farm works, I'm still following a tutorial. So like always, I'm gonna be popping the tutorial in the description. I'm pretty much just following it just to make sure I don't mess this up, because knowing me, I somehow will. There we go, and with that, the entire farm is set up. I'm pretty sure that's how the entire thing's supposed to work. I have no idea. We're going to have to wait and see once we get a villager in. Now, all we got to do is actually fill out the collection system. So I think I know how this one goes. You just pop a track there and a minecart on top, and then you destroy the track underneath, like that. And then we get another block, and then another track, with another minecart, and then we destroy that track as well, and then the block too, and then we chuck a trapdoor over here. There we go, look at me! A regular old Minecraft farmer, look at me go, I'm evolving! So now I have the entire farm set up and the entire collection system all done and ready. Now we just gotta get the villagers in there. So I've got myself the 2 villagers I'm gonna need to power the automatic carrot farm, and now I just gotta go get them over there. So the last time I transferred villagers from this area to another farm was back when I was doing my iron farm. And when I did that, I was actually successful in doing it. There was no problems, no hiccups along the way. Let's see if I can do that a second time without there being any problems along the way. So let's send this guy off and hope he has a safe journey all the way to the end of this track. And I gotta say, this track has gotten very, very long. It just keeps going. This took a very long time to build up. Yeah, he's got a bit of a trek to go. This place has definitely expanded since the iron farm. And into the house, perfect. And no damage is taken. Okay, what I might want to do is get him into his area first before I get the other guy in. That might be a good idea. Okay, he shouldn't be able to get out of here, so let's kick him out of the minecart without hitting him. There we go. And hopefully he just walks his way into the area. Go on, friend, you want to do it, please. Do it for me. Become a Fletcher. Oh! Yay! He's in there! Well, that's exactly what we need him, but we need his interest over to the fletching table. He's probably got... Oh! Nope, perfect. Okay. He has an interest in the fletching table, and let's just lock in his trade. I think it's just to stop him from trying to get the composter, so now he's officially a Fletcher, which is perfect. That is our first villager done. Now we just gotta go grab the second one and get him all done and dusted as well. Okay, so we have our second guy. Now let's just hope that he will go straight into the farm without too much hassle as well. Go on, buddy. You want to be a farmer today. Please go into the farm. Please don't make me ask you again. Oh, the temptation to hit him right now is ungodly. Please. Okay, if you're not going to go in by yourself, I'm just going to have to nudge you. Into the farm. It's where you belong. There we go. Perfect. Ah, he ruined the soil. Ah, I'll get that fixed. I don't have my hoe on me. I'll get that fixed in a second. There we go. Hopefully he'll fix that up himself, because I think farmers are supposed to plant crops. I have no idea. I've never worked with a farmer before. But I think with that, that is the entire farm done. I think I've done everything correctly. We're just going to have to wait and see now. So once all the carrots are fully grown, I'm going to have like a little AFK session, see how much I can get, and see if we can start producing golden carrots, which will actually be very, very handy for feeding the server. So yes, I'm going to cut back once we've had a little bit of AFK time. So when I came back from my AFK session, I was greeted by this. A free roaming villager, one villager dead, and a massive hole in my farm. So I can have a wild guess that a zombie broke down my door, a creeper came in and blew me up. And yeah, I'm gonna have to get another villager, which is a bit of a pain, but we can do it again. And yeah, so our farm is currently broken. It's only been active for like a couple hours and it's already broken. Joys. But we got this many carrots, which is a fair amount, not half bad, considering that our guy is now dead. I'll do that all off camera, we don't need to see that again. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this episode for today. I'll get the carrot farm back up and running. He's just trampling on the carrots. Well, fair enough. Yes, we'll get the farm back up and running by next episode, and I'll stock up all the shops in the next episode because this is going to take a while to get back all the stuff I had just lost. But, doesn't matter. We'll get there in the end. Won't we, villager? Please don't fall and die. I will be very upset if you fall and die. Okay, well, let's leave it off here before he accidentally eats himself into the abyss. And yes, enough watching the villager and getting stressed out. I'm going to leave this episode here. So if you guys liked the video, give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. All good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!